One Zambia, One Nation. Thank you so much for joining us. With the news, my name is Amos Zulu. Let's take a look at the headlines. Visually impaired family receives government support. Mumbwa farmer loses farm produce in an inferno. Plus, youths in Katuba constituency receive soccer balls. And our first story in the news, Mumbwa District Commissioner Namukolo Hayumbu has assured government support to two visually impaired members of the same family who are being looked after by a grade 10 pupil. Mrs. Hayumbu says the government will ensure that the family is put on social cash transfer to ease their challenges. Here are the details.
Two visually impaired members of the same family are being looked after by a grade 10 boy in Mumbwa District. District Commissioner Namukolo Hayumbu has visited the family and says government will ensure the family is initiated on the social cash transfer program.
On our local social cash transfer in the district, for coming on board to register, to have the old man registered so that he can be a beneficiary. And like I've mentioned, we are asking for help from well-wishers, as we've heard the challenges they are facing. They are not sure of the next meal where it's going to come from. Electricity was disconnected several years ago, so there are a lot of things to be taken care of.
Fred Muyat was 70 and his daughter Lillian now share the sad story of how they lost their sight.
Between 2017 and 2018, my eyesight started deteriorating, and in 2019, I lost my sight completely.
Up to Chokarela.
When checking a man's when people
was checked my eyesight and I tried different lenses, but
so I think I'm glass. I'm boni varika. We want to kube venu. I think I have foot varika. Use my glass kube venu now.
Meanwhile, the family caretaker also shares the daily challenges.
So challenge and facing and yakwati ni nikaenda school.
I have a challenge of looking after my grandfather and my mother, because I also go to school.
So time school man check.
Krugasia Nkulu, Zanis, Mumbwa.
Thank you, Kruger, for that report. And now in Muchinga Province, two traditional leaders in Isoka District have commended government for conducting the census of population and housing in their chiefdoms. Chiefs Kafwimbi and Katiete have since appealed to their subjects living in flood-prone areas along the Luangwa River to make themselves available for counting.
It's vital for every nation to carry out census as the yardstick of Financial and National Planning Ministry of the country. This year, Zambia is carrying out census of population and housing exercise in districts, chiefdoms, and villages.
You are counted!
In Soka district, traditional rulers have seen the value of census and are encouraging their subjects to be counted so that the government knows the size, structure, and distribution of the population of the country. Census District Chairperson, who is also Isoka District Commissioner Collins Chivula, is impressed with two chiefs' support on the city.
And the work of enumerating our people is actually going on very, very well. So the chief is actually helping us, more especially for the aspect of publicity.
Speaking in a separate interview with Chief Kachete of the Tambo-speaking people, commended governments on carrying out census as it would assist the Disaster Mitigation and Management Unit DMMU to plan well on people living along the banks of Luangwa River. Chairperson was presented with a challenge of non-mapping of some villages in the district. Fred Piri, Zanis News, Isoka, Chinga Province.
13 cooperatives in Mufulira district have received grants under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Kankoyo Member of Parliament Hudson Mabeta handed over the grants to the cooperatives to enable them to embark on income-generating activities. More in the following report.
13 women and youth cooperatives in Mufulira's Kankoyo constituency have received a total of 479,065 kwacha in grants under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, to enable them embark on various business ventures. Kankoyo Member of Parliament Hudson Mabeta, who distributed the funds, assured that more cooperatives will also receive grants once necessary procedures are completed. Mufulira District Administrative Officer Zakeo Kamanga said if well utilized, the grants will positively change the lives of the recipients. Beneficiaries could not hide their joy as the grants have brought hope of a better future. Rachel Chisulo, reporting for Zanis in Mufulira.
Kabompo District Commissioner Herbert Chinyanga has urged the newly recruited teachers to be professional in their execution of duties. The District Commissioner has warned that he will not entertain complaints from the new teachers after deployment, as the recruitment committee has not given his office any report of medically unfit applicants. Benson Waitika has the details.
Having successfully recruited over 30,000 teachers, government has commenced the deployment of the newly recruited staff as schools now open for Term 3. Kabompo District of Northwestern Province has allocated 477 teachers from the number which are currently being deployed but not without orientation. Kabompo District Commissioner Herbert Chinyanga recently graced the orientation training of the new teachers at Kabompo Boarding Secondary School.
So I don't want to give problems to this lady. I want all of you to support her. So that wherever you are saying, please go and do the job. You are now parents. You are going to present us. You are going to present the government wherever you are going to be. So, another thing that I want to talk to you is that when you are applying for these jobs, there is a form that you sign which says you are going to work anywhere within the district, and that has to be emphasized. We don't want you to bring problems to my officers here to say, no, do not take me this side, me I'm a sick person, I suffer from this and that. When you are certified by the doctor to say you are fit, but how come you bring us other stories?
And speaking at the same event, Kabompo District Education Board Secretary Josephine Kahanji equally encouraged the new teachers to be self-motivated and to be focused as they implement government free education policy.
If you don't have the child at heart, you will not be a good teacher. You are going to be a disappointed teacher. You are going to be a demotivated teacher. You must motivate yourself by looking at this child. When it is 5 years old, up to grade 12, your heart must be to see this child have a good future, just as you have a good future, because you had a teacher. The teacher who had the heart to teach you, the lecturer who had the heart to train you, so that today you are going to also teach others.
Meanwhile, also speaking at the same event, Atlas Mara Bank Kabompo Chief Executive Officer Stephen Chimwanga was on hand to provide financial advice to the new officers for financial stability.
Continue making, that is fine. Then 4 will be financially independent. These are the ones who are able that we should understand this financial capacity for you to survive. So you should know that at one time you will retire, at one time you will no longer have employment. So it is very important that we can go through this.
For Zanis News, Benson Whitaker, Kabompo District in Northwestern Province.
Still in education news, we now take you to Western Province, where some head teachers and district education board secretaries from Lusaka Province are on an education exchange program to appreciate teaching practices in a bid to improve learner performance. Lusaka Province Principal Education Standards Officer Mutinta Mubanga, who led the delegation of education practitioners, says the team visited Southern and Western provinces for recording the highest pass rate in the 2021 academic year. Stella Ngoma filed in this report.
Education practitioners from Lusaka are in Western Province on an exchange visit to appreciate teaching methodologies and practices being employed in various schools in a bid to improve learner performance. The team has visited Southern and Western provinces because in the last academic year, the two provinces recorded the highest percent pass rate in the grade 9 and grade 12 examination respectively.
We are picking a lot of interesting practices.
Wonderful.
Yes, a lot of them. Some of them we have just been able to observe. Among them, I think, is your hospitality. And I think the attention that people in authority, in leadership, across all levels, from PS to DCs to everybody, their interest in education is also very, very interesting. And I think this is what is uniquely outstanding so far in Western Province.
Welcoming the team at his office, District Commissioner Lutangu has said the district is a proud lot because it has raised the bar in the education results.
Because we have raised the bar of educational results in the province, both at grade 12 and grade 9. Those who come here to join us, that has become the second national anthem. When we meet them, we spell that out to them, that they have found the bar which has been raised, and theirs now is to improve so that we become the best in the province, I mean in the whole country.
And Limulunga District Education Board Secretary has noted that the gesture is an honor because it confirms the impact the province is making in the delivery of quality education.
So they've visited a number of schools where, apart from looking at the learner achievements, they've also looked at the production units, the various activities that the schools are being involved in. So for our province as a district, we are grateful and we are happy that they are visiting us because it means there's something good they've seen from this end. So the exchange of knowledge and ideas simply means that there's something they feel they can learn from us, from our achievements. So we are proud and we are happy, and also there's a lot that we are also picking from them.
Meanwhile, a head teacher has said the exchange program was necessary.
Interacted with our fellow head teachers and we have learned quite a lot. Certain practices that we sometimes took for granted, our friends are using them and they are doing very fine and the results are very good.
Stella Goma reporting for Zanis in Limulunga, Western Province.
Now, in most parts of the country, people are faced with many climatic-related impacts, such as floods, droughts, and pollution resulting to cases of hunger and malnutrition. Care for Nature Zambia has taken keen interest in helping the government in addressing these issues and is undertaking measures to address the challenges in Samfya district. Here's your report.
Climate change poses a great threat to people's livelihoods, especially those living in extreme poverty. Children are among the vulnerable populations who have been negatively affected by the adverse effects of climate change. In Samfya district, some bridges were washed away by the heavy rains which were experienced in the previous rain season, households being cut off from accessing social amenities.
Climate change pachalo pesa mbukula kava sana nechichirerenga ifshima nokulakama ifshimanga fyakama turiamukusendamenshi ukutari kutumana nefi fire tuitikishanga vana vanono chirenga tuirasangwana kumaskuru pantuninshuko turiamukusendamenshi nakulepa.
If your climate change is affect, sometimes turesangana vakoko pamnando wako vati chita kuti ndia kuskuru ndia mukusambirira nalwivira ero like if ababa kwati nikubekana na kufimana like kwa mayuka last year kwalivire na mu clinic monse na mu schools mwalivire takwali koko abantu baresambirira.
Parents now share their views on climate change.
Kumulando nokukaba kwa climate change imichele na irubana ifishima firoma kuli ino chitatwafika ko September October abana bayamukutunta menshi ukutari sana kumumana ero ayo amenshi abakubangwe ulu kumumana tayaba bwino iyo yalionaika.
Care for Nature Zambia is undertaking measures to address these challenges.
As Care for Nature Zambia, we are very happy to be implementing the Children's Agency in Sanfia district. This project is looking at enhancing child participation in climate change processes. Usually when we talk about issues of climate change, you find that children are not present. As you may be aware, Sanfia is affected by floods, and during the rain season when there are issues of floods, bridges get destroyed and children fail to access education. So we are hoping that among the many other things that children are impacted with, once we build their capacity, they'll be able to get involved, to attend the council meetings and to talk about things that are affecting them as children.
Betche Bakate reporting for Zanis News in Sanfia District, Luapula Province.
The Muslim Social and Welfare Trust has come to the aid of two families in Lusaka's George compound who lost properties following a fire that gutted their houses. Assorted food items, beddings and mattresses have since been donated to the affected people. Winnie Mwelwa now reports.
Filled with grief, Rhoda Piri of George compound narrates how a household property worth thousands of kwacha got burnt in a fire that swept through her house and that of a tenant on Friday last week. She says she was at the market when one of her neighbors informed her that her house was on fire. She rushed to the house, but it was too late as most of her property had been burnt.
Kanaenda ku market, so nili ku market kanekula nikonena mpirira fabricate ine. Kuti fabricate yichita bwanji yafika pa nyumba. Manje pamene anthu ndinakumana nawo ndi anakambati amayi mukali kuno natiye nienda pang'ono chifukwa cha kwendo kwaneni nago kutyoka auti amayi amba kulira mukashana ndiye panena nyamuka ine kufika pano ukoma pano nengopeza chabe muliro
ana bonita na timami kupeti kuchoka chusi so ndiye pameneze napona tamangira mnyumba ni kuchoka chusi kumwamba msilini mboti ndiye paneze napona ngina mnyumba ni kupeza zona chusi chichuka ndiye panina choka panja ine itana abantu ati pano nitandizeko so.
Government, with support from the Muslim Social and Welfare Trust, has come to the aid of the families.
We say we are very sorry, we are sad with you. We'll make sure that we'll be with you even until things get better. We'll be appealing to other people to come and help you.
Of damage which has caused, it's not a small damage. A damage has been caused which there had been, for the years to come. So as Muslim Social and Welfare Trust, in conjunction with our Office of the District Commissioner, we have come at least on an immediate basis with a bit of relief.
Appreciate the government through you as well as the Muslim community for coming to an aid. Otherwise this is a huge calamity.
The cause of the fire is still unknown. Winnie Mwelwa, Zanis, Lusaka.
And in a related development, a 57-year-old farmer of Unchintambo village in Chief Kaindu's area in Mumbwa district has lost farm produce worth thousands of kwacha in an inferno. Area Ward Councillor Amos Fulama has consoled the family and appealed to the government and well-wishers to come to the aid of the victim. Take a look.
It is a heartbreaking moment for Kennedy Hangandu, a farmer of Kamilambo area in Mumbwa district of Central Province. This is so after an inferno reduced his farm produce to ashes.
Mtu akachiri kulanga kwamba kuti koya ane umwe muliro kakawindiri wakabola kuida ku soybeans. Katulo kuya kusola kwamba kuti tuzime kuya bantu bakalanga ndabamba.
We tried to put out the fire but failed. Within a short time, my entire house and bags of soybeans and maize got gutted.
Yakali kubanga kulimo omuntu ali kubikamilirwa ali obikamuliro. Chintu chiyonto soybeans wangu onse ngundali kuyera kuti masaka kusotoka ku 400 kuya ku 500 ndauti yani ndate bula. Wakapya. Alawo punda kainde makondo bulimi kwangu bonse ndichisibana banji.
Elia Kanini, the daughter to Mr. Hangandu, could not hold her emotions.
I'm grieving because of what happened. It is touching us all.
And Area Ward Councillor Amos Fulama has described the incidents as unfortunate.
Insurance companies, at least here, Bwelako, Mumizi, so that farmers.
I'm calling on the insurance companies to come over the villages and sensitize the people. I am also calling on the government to come
government
of this family.
The ruling government, whoever, amene alinako kali konse, please nipempa. Lekani tuone vakutinga chite elpo ba headman chichintamu.
Max Tangandu, reporting for Zanis, Mumbwa, Central Province.
In sports, Katuba Member of Parliament, Mwabashike Nkulukusa, has empowered youths in Katuba constituency with soccer balls. This is aimed at enhancing the sports activities among the youths in the area. Here are the details.
Sports play a critical role in shaping up the character of people, especially youths who are more vulnerable to illicit vices such as beer drinking. To this end, Katuba Member of Parliament, Mwabashike Nkulukusa, has purchased and handed over 25 soccer balls to 25 male teams in his constituency to enable them refrain from vices.
We have distributed 25 footballs to 25 teams in Chorokelo Ward. We also are continuing to distribute the entire Katuba. We have invested over 25,000 kwacha to purchase these footballs so that we can empower youths with sporting activities. We intend to reduce the crime rate, the drunkardness rate, and activities that bring about youths going into illicit activities. Our objective is to ensure that youths concentrate on entertainment such as soccer.
Katuba Constituency Chairman Abishai Chinda counselled the teams on the importance of sports to human beings.
Ichi chintu ichi wasachisiya kuchisebenzesa mbera chimapasa muntu kunkhala very fit bola tu bola imalengesa muntu kusaenda waenda upeza na matenda upeza na accident chikwa chonse unkhala uli pachani uli pa bola wachita train after wa train paja wachita bwanji walema wenda je ukapomula kunyumba.
Meanwhile, one of the players expressed joy and pledged to intensify scoring prowess in upcoming games.
No kondwera maningi porandira mabora ya lero kuri ba MP batu varangiza kugwirizana mukatuba constituency ende futi nonga zikomo for pasa mabora. As a striker, I play as a number 9 mu timu yatu, so I'll make sure that on Sunday we're having the games, so mkuchabora kwanga number 9 mifuna kutipa Sunday pameni posegura mabora nikamwese ko bora imozi.
Sports not only improves our health, but for adolescents it's a good ingredient for teamwork and problem-solving skills. For Zanis, I'm Sunday Warrior.
Thank you, Sunday, for that report. We end the news there, but before we go, a reminder of the headlines again. Visually impaired family receives government support. Mumbwa farmer loses farm produce in an inferno. Plus, youths in Katuba constituency receive soccer balls. We end the news just there. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we are one Zambia, one nation. Bye for now.